Everyone, hope every one of you is in good health. Now let's celebrate the World Kidney Day 2023. As you all know that World Kidney Day is celebrated on second Thursday of month of March every year. This World Kidney Day is been started since 2006. As you all know, this year's theme for World Kidney Day is preparing for the unexpected and supporting the vulnerable. Now let's understand what's the meaning of this term. As we all know, we are just coming out of a serious COVID-19 pandemic. In most of the parts of the world, this pandemic has subsided. But now there are still certain pockets where it's still active. And we all know that these things, the unexpected things like COVID-19 pandemic, it has affected healthcare globally. Not only the vulnerable patients were affected, but this COVID pandemic has affected nation as a whole. It has destroyed the economies of many countries or many areas. There is huge manpower loss also, and there is environmental loss also during this process. What do we mean by preparing for the unexpected? Now recently there had been earthquakes in Turkey. There have been some floods in certain parts of the world or certain areas. And these natural calamities, they affect healthcare, but of that limited population or limited geographical area. So these are certain local conditions which affect the healthcare system. While we recently were seen that there was COVID-19 pandemic, so this has affected worldwide or globally healthcare structure was affected. So this is unexpected. So we need to be prepared for the unexpected events or calamities which might occur on a local level or at a global level. And treating the vulnerables or supporting the vulnerables. Now the second part of the theme is supporting the vulnerable. Now vulnerable, we have seen during COVID-19 pandemic that patients, CKD patients, chronic kidney disease patients especially, or the patient with non-communicable diseases, they suffered a lot. And they did not suffer because of COVID-19 per se, but they suffered because of the lockdown and because of the other limitations or restrictions implicated on them and on general populations. Patients who were on dialysis, they were not getting enough slots for the dialysis, and they were getting inadequate dialysis. So they have their own problems because of inadequate dialysis. There was very difficult situation for this patient to get their essential medications also. The transportation was affected, the demand-supply ratio was mismatched, and actually speaking, the world did not know what to do. So this vulnerable population suffered because of these logistic issues mainly. As no doubt that the common man or the healthy individuals also suffered, but the vulnerable population suffered a lot. So the theme of this World Kidney Day is supporting the vulnerable. Now this support will come from all levels. The support will come from government level, the support will come for the healthcare providers, support will come for the healthcare delivery system. But as a patients also, we must prepare ourselves for this period. Patients should maintain the emergency kit including the medications, emergency kits of water or the food, so that we should not suffer in the next pandemic like this. Hopefully there will not be any pandemic, but in case any natural calamity occurs, even patients also need to be prepared for this. And if we show preparedness at all levels and in all sectors, we will tide over any natural calamity or any calamity in the future. So let's join hands together and let's prepare ourselves for the unexpected and let's support the vulnerable.